Oh man, I cannot wait to see how this all plays out.
Well, this bus path looking like it's cutting the island basically in half. Southeast to northwest, from Paradise Palms to Junk Junction, we've got a solid spread of players. You can see there, don't forget those little icons, the llamas. There's one in retail, one just east-southeast of Salty Springs, and one just south of the little soccer field, sports complex there, west of Tilted Towers. I look forward to maybe match number 6, the duo, the 2v2 of Godnick and Super Evan versus Nick Merckx and Aiden. We got Bizzle and DMO dropping down into Dusty Divot, including a team, Tendons and Punisher. Tendons and Punisher have gone to the warehouses at Dusty all 6 games.
Yep.
You have to realize some of these players, I mean, Tfue and Cloak, again, looking at the minimap all the way down there. I've grown accustomed to seeing those red arrows down there, Jack, every single game. And still, surprisingly to me, no one trying to challenge that.
At some point, they've got to just send 10 people there.
I mean, realistically, how about this? If we ever end up playing in these, I'm going there. I want you to know that right now.
Yeah.
Solo.
I'll see you there
if I have to. No, you won't follow me because you don't want to run into Cloak or Tfue either.
Nope, not at all. As already, Nick Merckx getting this extra bit of materials. And I believe, is this the new skin that literally just came out with the randomized skins? This is new, right? I think this is it.
Didn't this come out? I think that came out with the Earhart skin as well.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Do you even play Fortnite, Jack? I'm kidding.
Oh, my bad. I've been a bad skin buyer in the shop.
You'll make up for it, I promise. Don't worry. Aiden and Nick rotating across that north side there. Super Evan trying to get a top-down view from the top of the tower. Here we go. Nate Hill and Fung Bomb. It's a duo we're expecting this to see put up some big numbers.
My goodness.
17 eliminations from these two. Look at the materials. 15,000 and almost 10,000 wood acquired between the two of them. 700 more damage dealt than they've received, which I think that explains clearly why they've been picking up so many elims.
Yeah, why they're near those top spots. Nate
Snotty
Hill
Shores.
popping that mini. Moving back over to Nick. He's just chilling right now. For the moment, doesn't have a lot of materials, but they're all in the same building. Godnick and Super Evan. I'll give them props, man. They have not backed down from any of these fights. Can Nick Merckx and Aiden continue this momentum they earned from last game with the 5 elim?
Missing all the shield. Overpeak still sitting at 75. Saint Morgassi, the tack shotgun, takes the team of Atlantis out. Paradise Palms, a pair of eliminations for this duo as well.
I feel like we've had a couple more limbs off the break right now. Here's Diggy, perfect tilt in their fight near the bridge. That was a half mess. Needed now more than ever. Both teams traded damage, and there's that third party we talk about.
Guarantee
Nick Merckx gets tagged.
It's got to be Zexro and Vinny coming in from that side.
And Nick's now knocked.
There it is.
They do the same thing every time. Nick's false skirmish run is over with that elimination. It's going to be up to Aiden to try to make some magic happen.
We saw him actually, if you recall, I think during the fall skirmish in a solo week, maybe it was summer skirmish.
For more, here's a replay from Bala. Dropping on down to 1. Quick swaps to those epic dual pistols. A nice shot on the Sketch. Did he find the second? Oh my goodness. Beautifully done. Winning that 1v2 with only 25 health.
Cloak and Tfue in retail. Must have rotated. At this point, I'm assuming they land down in the southeast corner, loot up like crazy, and then make moves towards, oh my gosh. They go for Rift to get here. 25 eliminations. Look at the material, almost 20,000 materials used, Jack. I think that's more material than I've ever used in Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
these are cumulative stats over the course of...
Completely random, so just so happened that Tfue in this final game wound up getting it. So now you've got Cloaksy bouncing around.
They're going to start rebuilding those walls. Aiden on the outside here gets caught off guard by Vinny, that team that loves to third party at Tilted.
That's all they do, and it's smart.
We got a round of applause here, though, for Nick Merckx and Aiden. An excellent show from these two. They should feel really good about the performance today, Jack.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they wind up ending up on the list, right?
So we'll have to see after this game. Now, Vinny and Zexro, they still have to make just a tiny bit of headway, though. Vinny's going to sneak in. They're both sitting on a ton of shield. Still plenty of HP. Tfue and Cloak looking like absolute tanks in the middle of the building there. Swagnoodle saw his teammate down there trying to establish a 1v2. Ghoul every shot he can get. Sap comes in to help Ghoul out. This duo knocking 2 more elims out. TJ going down to the Storm in the feed there. 74 players remaining. Hitting in. Nothing has really been on rotation or a third-party situation just yet. Frost getting a shotgun there. DK's looking to pick up some tags over there on Devious, the 2v1. SMG spray gets Devious down from TJ, and he's going to pop those bandages to stay alive. Going to be one of the most difficult ones. So many teams built up in the same area, using these trees as the line of sight.
Trying to break on through. Again, this is where these games get insanely hectic. 70 players left in the lobby. Tempo goes down. DK trying to finish this elimination, and he does actually get it. Will he grab the grappler? You got to assume so. And boom, just like that, DK and TJ are right now at the top of the Make It Rain bonus. But there's still a lot of time left for teams to begin to make some noise.
There's a rip to go down there.
They missed it.
They just barely missed it. Did they grab the grappler or not? I couldn't quite catch it. The shotty there.
I don't believe so.
TJ's going to try and secure his friend. He might not be able to do it, though. Wild's in the mix with everybody else, pushing from outside the Storm, and gets TJ in the back as he's rotating in. Very little HP left, but the Storm's only ticking for 2, and he only has a little bit of a ways to go. Gonna have to pop that just barely to save himself. No fall damage taken. Still only 28 HP. Has a full shield in his inventory. You hear it. Rockets coming out. Zexro shotgunning Marksman in the feed and picks that elimination up. Wild's hoping that nobody tracked him into this box, Jack. He's got to get that shield off if he wants to stay in it. Fung bomb in the feed, picking up a knock on Dementos. Pate is still alive. Gets the elimination. Finishes it off. That's 2 teams with 2 eliminations apiece in this Make It Rain bonus with only 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Bizzle and DMO have a top-down view on who is below them, but they can't really third-party because you have multiple teams over there, the west side from where they are, the top right of your screen.
What do Dean and his teammate wind up doing down low? You see Wild still there. They're trying to chase down that elimination. Bizzle and DMO, they hear it. They just haven't been able to act on it quite yet. Now here's a look at Salty. Cloaksy and Tfue still alive, still with max health each.
Multiple teams from Ghost stacked up in the same structure right now, Ghoul and Saf. Some teammates down below. Opponents right now, though. Take a shot, seeing if there's anybody in the box. He pays the price for peeking just barely, takes a little bit of damage. Vinny and Zexro sitting on some of these cubes. They're going to use these in an effort to just float past anybody they can. You can't see me in the air because you're looking at everybody else.
See, now, I would almost love to see them use the same tactic as before, where you float it up as high as you can. Now they're going to land and just pop in the middle, and still they made it, absolutely, but
the play call there, probably just trying to get into the safe zone.
Yep.
Shots got to come out, kind of exposing the open. A very small box. That sting grenade is going to cost him just a little bit. To drop down the shotgun, and the second shot from that double barrel missed, but it doesn't matter to Cloak. He gets the elim,
and he got knocked by a trap. So that player, because they got knocked, they'll be able to get. They should be able to get this res off, and they've got some utility to get out of here as well.
Nobody's going to make a push on that just yet. You saw Bog relocating. Dean was still knocking down a tree, trying to build up his own small 1x1 box. Anything to stay alive. The sharing of the shield there. Here we go. Ziff, Ronaldo pushing in on top of a box with an opponent underneath them.
And Ziff and Ronaldo already at 5 elims this game. Vinny and Zexro just joined as well at 5 elims now. Well, that's a beautiful.
Multiple tags in that box.
Beautiful stink. Was that on a Tfue and Cloak?
I believe it was.
Yeah. He's nearby this next zone too. Will not have to go too far.
Tfue and Cloak not missing a ton of HP at this point. Yeah, based on the position on the minimap, that had to be them that just got stink bombed.
He wants these materials so bad, and the items down there. There's a look at your scoreboard so far. Nate Hill and Funk Bomb at 3, so they'll get a point as well. Tfue and Cloaksy at 2 in total. Blind and Hysteria, who are doing very well in the first half of today. Haven't heard much of them since, but they're on the verge of potentially earning a point too.
You see in the bottom right, Tfue just took a little bit of damage. Another stink grenade coming out. Those stink bombs are so powerful in these competitive matches because so many players are in one or 2 or 3 box bases, and that's it. Zoning with those is incredibly good. Vinny and Zexro, we've had our eyes on multiple times. They took out Nick Merckx and Aiden.
They're already at the zone, so they're in a good position. Ziff just got another elimination, putting them now at 6, so they're on the verge of big bonus as well. Zexro and Vinny trading some of this ammo. They have a Portal Rift, a Rift to go.
Now, this might be the lowest player count we've seen at the first circle move. 40 players remaining. Typically, I mean, previous games we've seen 60 plus.
Oh, Jayamok now done too. Hysteria with another knock. If they can finish that elimination, that'll put them at 3. Should give them a point. Morgossi and Saint still in this as well at 2 total eliminations. And yes, Hysteria and Crew confirmed that elim, putting them now at 3. Will they get into the big bonus is the question for Ronaldo and Zip right now. Remember, this is the final game of the Fortnite Fall Skirmish. Weeks and weeks have led up to this. Just shy of $2 million in prize money on the line this weekend.
Campfire there, trying to go for as much HP just in case during rotation someone decides to invade, catch them off guard. And here's the spread of the remaining players in this zone. A crate waiting atop Bizzle and DMO, and they may not even know it exists. Duifo and Snood moving across, trying to pick that up, and they go for it and get it inside the box. Blind Hysteria still alive at the bottom. Tifu and Cloak at the top left of your screen still alive. Tendons and Punisher still alive. A number of teams we've seen from the beginning of these games almost every single time, and the distance on this one, Jack, is going to be tough. They got to move to the southwest corner of Salty Springs.
They're getting there right now. Blind and Hysteria are definitely getting there. What I do really like is how they're using these materials right now. One was just nearby, tried to go for the quick edit on the window to potentially secure another elimination, but look at how Blind is maneuvering. He's not panicking and overbuilding, right? He's making the most of every man he has, not actually going for that pump shotgun.
Choosing the common tack. Wow. Caliber and Nolan floating in. He still has what looks like potentially another rift to go. We'll have to see depending on what's in his inventory when he lands. Saf takes out Raz.
Funk Bomb with another knock. They're now at 5, but Nate Hill is knocked, and Funk Bomb's taking a lot of damage from the zone.
Ronaldo and Ziff still sitting at 6 eliminations. One more will get him a 3rd point, and every elim after that is the big bonus, which means a potential for a ton of points for that duo. Funk Bomb hanging on there. Then he's going to take shots from behind as these players rotate, but he's going to start to take storm damage. He's got to start moving.
They're gatekeeping right now. These stinks could be huge as well. People have to run right through this. A big 70 tag. No follow-up yet. Vinny does get tagged hard. Zexro still very healthy with a rift to go as well.
Over 1,000 small rounds. Are you seeing that? Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
SMG spray for days. Zexro.
Saf and Gould has moved to 6 elims. Ronaldo and Ziff at 6 elims. Vinny and Zexro at 6 elims. Who will move in a big bonus first, if any?
The play style change, Jack, I feel is apparent. Multiple teams at 6 eliminations.
Yep. Oh my gosh, look at the elim feed. Saf and Gould just jumped to 9 elims. Is that a 10th? 10 elims down for Saf and Gould. Oh my goodness, that just came out of left field.
So fast. Cloak still in the feed.
It's a 6-point game for them.
Cloaks, he's still around, has 3 to his name right now. 12 players remaining, Jack.
Ronaldo and Zip, they have not moved into big bonus yet. Rocket goes up. They're going to fall on down.
The only rocket he had left. You can hear him land on top and start to build. The layering up, 9 players left as the circle is almost closing. Cloak and Tifu are out.
Yep. Great performance from them today. We'll find out where they stack up when we reveal the winners and standings after this.
Zexro sitting at 2 eliminations. His teammate is 5. Vinny has 5, which means they're at 7. Every single elimination for Zexro at this point.
No, Saint just fell. Saint falls. Nice knock. Zexro floating on down. He's just hoping people almost forget about him up here.
He could pick up multiple points right now
by just floating.
There's 6 opponents left.
Yep. I believe they're guaranteed top 5, which will be another point too.
Jack, look at the number of players just exposed in the open fighting each other. He's going to dip in. DMO.
He's floating on down. DMO now out. Zexro in the fight. Can he get it?
There it is!
Beautifully played at the end. He saw his moment of opportunity, and he strikes right here. Look at this. Lands right on him before they can even react. He's got him eliminated. Beautifully done by Zexro. Congratulations to that duo. They just skyrocketed up the leaderboards. The difference in prize money for that performance could be $50,000 plus dollars, if not more.
Welcome
and
to
they already won $50,000
exactly.
Because of the. Oh my goodness! Because of the
Victory Royale bonus,
they win. Here it is. Tifu and Cloak see 20
way at the top.
8 elims, 17 points.
A 5-point lead over second place.
Wow.
Funk Bomb and Nate Hill put on an excellent show as well.
Ghost gets 4th, 5th, and 6th with 3 of their duos.
And
9th
and
9th.
And School and Saf in 12th.
What?
Half the field almost is Ghost players.
My goodness.
I mean, their recruitment must be just out of this world.
You see Hysteria and Blind place 8th right there, 21 elims. They slayed out as well. Hero with that 11th place spot. Congratulations to them.
I just want to point out that Cloak alone had the same or more eliminations than every other duo in these grand finals.
That's
Jack.
actually wild. Cloak popped off today. Again there as well, 72 hours in Chap and 15th Morgassi and Saint. Morgassi obviously who won the solo skirmish there in the summer. He finishes 16th here, still put up a great showing.